How's it going? So I'm here to post a little video explaining my experience with Mine Jerseys. I'm guessing this will be for the Facebook page, or if they decide to put this on their website or whatever. I just got these recent orders over here, and I'm here just to explain my recent purchase with them. These are my new jerseys I got from them. Give you guys a little bit of of insight on the jerseys, and if you have any plans to buy the jerseys yourself, especially during quarantine, what to expect. Let it be known that I have bought from this website several times in the past, so I pretty much know what to expect for most of these jerseys in terms of like quality, the shirt quality, and whatever. And I'll go over what I think of all the jerseys and everything, and I'll show you some examples of some jerseys in the past that I've ordered from this website, and basically, just keep going with my opinion. But anyway, these are the jerseys I got. I actually ordered a vintage 2010. This is one of the retro jerseys that they offer for Mine Jerseys. A 2010 Inter Milan Champions League Final Madrid 2010 jersey with Javier Zanetti's number 4 jerseys and all the patches for the Champions League. That's the retro jersey that's offered on the website. It's a retro jersey. Another retro jersey I asked for is I believe 2003, 2004. I could be wrong. I think it's actually maybe a little older than that. A retro Sporting Lisbon jersey by Reebok with Cristiano Ronaldo's number on it, or his old number, 28, on it. That's another retro jersey you can get at the website. A 2019-2020 Liverpool jersey with Mohamed Salah's number on it and all the patches. And finally, a New York City FC MLS Gotham kit jersey, custom with my chosen number and name that I wanted. So to kind of give you an opinion of all these jerseys, I'm going to start with the worst one out of all 4 of these, the one that I think is the worst one out of them all, and that has to be the New York City FC jersey right here. Now, to talk about it a little bit, if you have any plans to buy this kind of jersey, let me just say this. As a New York City FC fan, from my perspective, what I see in front of me, I can immediately tell this is a fake jersey, unfortunately. Now, let it be known that if you're going to get from Mine Jerseys, if you're like me, you're probably going to buy a jersey that is not very... You're probably buying jerseys to wear in public, to wear to support a bunch of teams, like Liverpool, like Inter Milan, like Lisbon, Sporting Lisbon. And you don't really care too much about quality. You just want to get a cheaper jersey for a better price instead of paying upwards of $90, $100, or even somewhere of like $200 for a specialty jersey. Then you'd be like me and you'd buy from a website like MineJerseys.cn that sells you the jerseys for a pretty good price. And I've gotten, like I said, I've bought many Mine Jerseys many jerseys from the website in the past. But when it comes to like specialty jerseys from like a niche team like New York City FC, right off the bat, I can tell that they were probably not going to get it right when it comes to the Major League Soccer jerseys, primarily because, number one, they don't have a huge selection of MLS jerseys in MineJerseys.com or .cn, whatever the website is. And they're big. There's a lot of problems with this jersey from the beginning. Number one, the easiest giveaway, and it might be hard to see from the video, but let me see if I could just... Basically, the biggest problem is that the advertising in the front is actually manufactured onto the shirt itself, which is usually never how it's done. Usually you get a jersey and it's screen printed. It has like a different material. So you can see like right here, if you hold it up to the light, you can see it's a different material. And even when you feel it's a different material. You usually find that with pretty much every jersey. With this one, if you zoom in, you can see what I'm talking about. It's manufactured directly onto the jersey. That's a big problem. And that's an easy giveaway that's a fake. That's number one. Which again, might not be an issue if you really don't care too much about the jersey. That's the first issue that I have with it. Number two is that the stitching is wrong. At least in terms of the Adidas sign and the New York City logo up here. If you know anything about the new Major League Soccer jerseys, which is this design with the 3 stripes and this kind of V-cut shape, if you know anything about them, you would know that certain jerseys come with different materials. For example, to kind of explain what the new jersey for New York City FC looks like, what this Gotham City kit is supposed to look like, I actually have an example. Let me see if I can find it over here. This is an example of a New York City FC, an actual New York City FC kit. This is one that I officially bought, in the Major League Soccer website, and immediately you could see that the patch, the New York City patch, is not normal. It's not like a stitched-on patch. It's not made of like any material other than like a plastic material, and you can even hear when it's like a plastic. This one is supposed to be the same material as this, but this is actually made of like wool, and it feels like it's stitched on. That's not supposed to be, or at least based on pictures that I've seen online and what it looks like when players are wearing it nowadays, it's not supposed to be like that. But I could be wrong. I've personally never actually held the new Gotham City kit, so I could be wrong. If I am wrong, feel free to correct me, but I'm pretty sure that's not how it's supposed to be. Same with the Adidas logo. It's actually supposed to look more like this. It's supposed to be like a printed material, very similar to the Etihad Airways. It's actually screen printed on there. Instead, it's like a wool. It's like a patch that's just like patched on. And like I said, big giveaway, that's a big problem, is that the Etihad Airways ad is manufactured onto the jersey. That's a big no-no. The other problem I have is I'm pretty sure that these 3 stripes on the side of the shoulder, I'm almost positive that this is the wrong color. I believe they're more like a bright white when it's worn. And maybe I'll add a picture to this video. I'm not sure, to kind of put it side by side, but I'm pretty sure this is pretty wrong. This gives off more of like an aluminum gray color. And like I said, I could be wrong, but I've seen pictures released by the club of what the Gotham City kit is supposed to look like, and it just doesn't look exactly the same. Now, in terms of fit, it fits on me great. I have no problem with the way it fits, and it feels good. It's not a big issue. I'm sure if you're a true New York City fan and you actually have a jersey or you've actually tried it out, chances are you won't even tell the difference. But, if you're like me, where you would spend upwards of $200 for an official kit, you wouldn't mind spending a few dollars on a kit, like $40 I paid for this kit instead of $200. And to be honest, it's not even one of my favorite looking kits. I kind of just got it just because it's the newest kit that just came out. And I wanted to get it for a cheap enough price. So I'm not honestly that disappointed with this jersey, but come on, you can kind of tell the issues with the jersey. Mainly, also, I'm pretty satisfied with how they actually did get the back right. This is the correct font. And this is just a custom name and number that I decided, and they got the little detail. I'm sure there's actually more details to this jersey, to the real one, that they didn't include, but again, I'm not going to complain too much. I tried it on, and fits me really well. So I'm not going to complain too much, but definitely it's the most notably mistaken jersey that I got out of the other jerseys over there. Moving on. Oh, also let it be known that if you're planning to buy a jersey during these times, be prepared to wait a while because of quarantine. These jerseys, I ordered these jerseys back in mid-June, and it took me until now. I only got these jerseys like literally a few days ago. So be prepared to wait a while. I had to wait nearly a month, and I started to complain after a while, and I tried to contact MineJerseys, and they didn't do a very good job of reaching back to me. But if you communicate with them through the Facebook page, they're actually more likely to communicate with you. So try to do it through the Facebook page. I did that, and they told me that it's still being shipped. Things are just very tricky with the US and China when it comes to shipping products and sending people to China and back, flights and all that kind of stuff. It's very hard to distribute product. So it's only right that it's going to take a long time. And to further prove my point, somebody on the MineJerseys Facebook page did kind of reassure me, telling me that they bought shirts from Canada and that the same problem happened to them, and they got their jerseys by a month, and next thing you know, I ended up getting notifications that my jerseys were in my state here in the United States, and I was going to get my jerseys. So, there you go. So just be wary that if you plan on ordering jerseys from MineJerseys.cn, that it's going to take a while. So just be patient. I did, and I ended up getting my jerseys. Moving on, I already talked about the New York City jersey. It's not the best looking. Like I said, if you're a Major League Soccer fan, or I haven't actually mentioned this yet. If you're a Major League Soccer fan and you're planning on getting a jersey from this website, honestly, you're better off getting it somewhere else. MineJerseys tend to specialize on the big European teams. That's the one that they distribute. Those are the jerseys that they distribute the most. So, like Liverpool and Inter Milan, Barcelona, Real Madrid, etc. I've bought jerseys from those clubs. They tend to sell better instead of the New York City FC jerseys. So just be prepared to not expect the best quality when it comes to the Major League Soccer jerseys or any niche club that you plan to buy from, or plan to buy a club jersey from, especially from the website. You're better off just trying to buy the big name European teams. You're going to get much more hits than misses. Moving on. The next jersey I probably want to talk about is the Liverpool jersey. This is the brand new jersey, 2019-2020, with the FIFA World Champions patch, very nicely applied. It's a felt patch, no problems. It's not coming off at the seams or anything, or not at the seams, but it's not coming off anytime soon. It's applied really well. Everything's looks the way it does. The advertising looks very well. I can't really complain too much about the look. It looks really nice. This Premier League patch, I'm not sure if it's the right one. I have bought a Premier League jersey from this website before. It was, let me see. It was this Kun Aguero jersey from Manchester City a few years ago. And this was the patch that it provided me. You can see the difference. The Premier League is on one side than the other. A bit weird. I'm not sure if that's supposed to be the case. Maybe the Premier League patches have changed. I don't know. But that could be just me. But yeah, I don't have too much to complain about when it comes to the look of this jersey. It looks really nice. Although I will say, I'm not sure if this patch design is supposed to be like this. It's like a rubberized sleeve design. It's like a rubber patch that is included here. But everything's there. The Western Union little advertising is there. I will say I'm not very happy with the way the inside looks. You can kind of tell how very ugly this kind of fraying off looks. Look very frayed. And this was actually kind of bent back like that when I first got it, so I couldn't even see a lot of the detail. I don't know if that's intentional. Also, this jersey kind of strikes me as very flimsy. Almost, especially this top layer, it almost feels like I could rip it with my bare hands. Not sure if that's supposed to be the case. Maybe to kind of, you know, easily absorbed to dispel sweat when the players are wearing them. I'm not too sure, but looks great. This is a size medium, and it looks to me very, very nice. You got Mohamed Salah's number. Doesn't look too bad. Doesn't really look off center too bad. There's some creases, but that's kind of normal. That's to be expected when they're being folded and shipped away. So, you know, looks very nice. It's a very nice jersey. I don't have too much to complain about. So yeah, that's the Liverpool jersey, 2019-2020. Then moving on, I have this retro jersey. This is one of the 2 retro jerseys that I bought. Now, I will say, when it comes to these retro jerseys that I buy from MineJerseys.cn, just understand that they're not really retro. They're not authentic to any degree. They tend to be kind of redistributed, usually by the brand, like Reebok or Adidas or Nike will redistribute these like jerseys to, you know, to make some money as like nostalgic pieces of clothing that you could buy, because this is not a traditional, you know, Reebok jersey. And I can tell because there's almost no detail in the jerseys at all. It's kind of just generic Reebok tag. There's no advertising printed anywhere. It's just kind of like manufactured onto there. There's no patches at all besides the Sporting Lisbon patch. The only thing that's been printed onto this jersey is Cristiano Ronaldo's number, 28, his old number at Sporting Lisbon. That's the only thing that has been printed on this jersey. So that lets me believe that it's kind of just a generic manufactured Reebok shirt that maybe you can buy on Reebok's website. But again, I don't have too much to complain about it. It's a nice looking jersey. It's true to what the jersey was back then. It feels good. No real issues there, but just understand that you're not getting an authentic jersey, and that's okay, because like I said, this website does really well to sell you, you know, affordable jerseys at a much cheaper price compared to if you were to get them anywhere else. You know, I ended up spending $130 on all 4 of these jerseys instead of spending like $200 on a single jersey. So it makes sense. This was actually the reason I spent so much on 4 jerseys is actually because if you spend a certain amount, I think over 120, you actually get the choice to get like usually like a discounted jersey. You can usually end up getting a jersey for free, or you pay a few dollars, like $20 extra, if you want to customize it with a name and number text or extra patches or whatever. But you can essentially get free jerseys on the website if you order more than $120. So that's a no-brainer. Like for me, I like to collect jerseys. I like to get different jerseys. So I might as well order. I ordered 3. This one was included as kind of like a extra jersey. I wanted to get it. I was willing to pay $20 more just to get Cristiano Ronaldo's, you know, name and his old number. And again, it fits me really well. It's medium. No real issues there. But like I said, if you are going to get a retro jersey from the retro section on their website, just understand it's not very authentic. They tend to be not very authentic. They tend to be like redistributed jerseys without any real detail to them. But if you're like me, you just like to wear them in public because they look amazing. They feel nice. You want to support a certain team. You're not like a huge fanatic of so many teams, then this website might be for you and you might actually enjoy something like this. So I don't have too much to complain about that. Just understand what it is you're getting into. And finally, the last one, the last jersey. This is by far the best looking jersey out of the 4 that I bought. And it is this 2010 Inter Milan jersey, Champions League final jersey with Javier Zanetti's number 4 lettering in it. This is by far the best looking one. It's got the detail of the stitching, the final, Madrid 2010, at this Stadio Santiago Bernabeu, Bayern Munich versus Milan. It's got the nice detail of the Nike team right there. I don't know if I could focus. There you go. And it even has, right on the side over here, it even has Inter Centenario del Primer Scudetto. That's, I guess, the anniversary of their first ever league title. So a lot of fine details. It looks like the real thing. It looks like an authentic 2010 jersey. So they did it. They really kind of nailed it out of the park by getting one of these jerseys. Yeah, like I said, this also fits really, really well. It's a size medium. This patch right here, the Champions League felt patch, applied really well. It doesn't seem to be coming off on the edges or anything. This is another one too, the UEFA Respect patch. I'm not sure if this is the correct patch for the time. This looks more modern. This might be the modern day UEFA Respect patch. I'm pretty sure the old ones didn't look like this. I could be wrong, but maybe they just wanted to put a modern one onto an old jersey because they didn't have any. I'm not too crazy about the fine details. No one's really going to call me out on the streets for that, you know. The only problem I have with this jersey is that this middle patch right here, which I'm guessing is the Serie A patch, is actually coming off. You can see, I could put my finger right here. You can see it's starting to come off. I'm guessing through the heat of being stuffed into one of these Nike bags. I believe this is the bag. Yeah, this might be the bag. They're usually stuffed into these plastic bags. And I'm guessing with the heat, maybe they just didn't have enough adhesion, so it just didn't stick on properly. You could usually take care of that pretty easily. What I usually do is I stick a towel, like a big heavy, you know, like a bathing towel inside the shirt where it's, you know, when it's sitting behind the area that you want to iron on, you get like 3 sheets of paper towel, places it on top of the area you want to iron on, you know, on top of the patch that you want to reapply some pressure on. Get an iron and just iron over the area of the patch where you want to apply the patch on again. And it actually works some of the time, depending on the patch, if it's still good. I tend to do that with some of the jerseys. I had a Wayne Rooney jersey, Manchester United, that I had the same issue. I had a patch that came off loose, or like the back text was coming off and I wanted to reapply some pressure and have it stick again. And it tends to work. You just got to be careful to try not to spend too much time in one area when you're ironing over a patch. Otherwise, you're going to burn the jersey or ruin it in some way. So just be careful, but you can definitely iron on a patch again. Just make sure you're covering it and not applying it with too much heat. Otherwise, you'll ruin the jersey. But yeah, like I said, I've definitely had a lot of, I've had some misses with this website. But I've also had a lot of great purchases from this website. I bought a lot of cool jerseys, like this Mesut Ozil Arsenal jersey. Again, it has its own issues, but I generally have pretty nice pretty nice purchases from this website. Again, this is the Manchester United jersey I've bought a bunch of others, the Manchester City jersey, and I've bought a lot of jerseys from this website. So, you know, you can't really go wrong too much if you're like me. You like buying these jerseys, you like wearing them out in public. These will serve you pretty well. Again, they fit me really well. No issues there. Again, sometimes if you pay attention to a lot of kits, you're gonna notice that some look worse than others. But you know, you may not be too concerned about that. You just like wearing the jerseys just to support a team or just because you support a player or whatever. And that's totally fine. This website may be for you if you want to get those jerseys. But if you are looking for a good quality jersey, especially of your favorite team that you want to support, and you're a huge fanatic of, you're better off kind of buying from the source. They're going to, you know, a jersey like the New York City jersey that I have right here. This jersey is going to last me for a while. And it's an official New York City FC jersey. But this one fits on me really well. I love getting new jerseys to support a brand new season of soccer. You might as well get the jersey from a website like this. And another reason why it's good for me to explain this kind of stuff and why I'm doing this video is because MineJersey usually loves when the customers do these kind of reviews. They include this code with my package. You know, dear customer, please contact us by online chat if you have any questions or suggestions. They're usually pretty open to any problems you have. And if you write, you get the chance to get a $24.98 cash coupon when you log in with your account and give a written review and make a video review. And they even include coupons automatically with this little pamphlet that came in my order. And you can get the opportunity to, you know, get $25 off your next jersey, you know, by doing a video like this. And like I said, this is just my experience. I've ordered a ton of jerseys from this website. I figured, especially nowadays with, you know, everybody worried about packages from China coming over here, people who have already ordered and are trying to wait for their package and they're frustrated, whatever the case may be. If you're having any questions about these kind of websites that sell these jerseys, honestly, I'm pretty happy with most of the jerseys I get from this website. They serve the purpose. I love collecting jerseys. They look really good. They feel really good. They tend to fit to my size, especially because now I'm a size medium. A lot of my jerseys that I bought from MineJerseys were a size small, but I've kind of gained some weight, gained some muscle. I have a more muscular build now, so now they don't fit me as well. Just be conscious of your size. Try to really get a jersey that fits to your size, if you're a size medium or size small or whatever, size large. Fit to your size. Make sure you do that. Pay attention to what other people are saying about the jerseys online, you know, and just be conscious of that. This is my review of my jerseys. I'm generally satisfied with most of my jerseys. Again, you can nitpick certain jerseys because of the way they look, you know, especially if they're not traditionally authentic. I've bought Manchester United jerseys that are retro jerseys that didn't look exactly, you know, correct like they would back then, but you're not going to, because nobody's going to make jerseys like that nowadays. But yeah, that's all I have to say about these jerseys. You know, I would consider buying jerseys from this website if you want to look for affordable options. Each one of these jerseys cost me about $40 each, give or take. But if you're going to get just a plain jersey with no players, with no player names, with no player numbers, no patches, none of that stuff, you'll actually save a lot more money. They usually tend to be, you know, $20, $25, depending if you're not going to go for any like fine details. But if you get them custom name, you know, get a custom name, custom nameplate, the patches, the exclusive patches are extra, usually $5 extra for any of these like extra patches. They're usually like $5 each. I say go for it. Get a jersey from these websites, from MineJerseys.com rather, and you'll save a bunch of money compared to, you know, getting one jersey for $200. So yeah, that's my review of these jerseys. I'm happy with my purchase, generally speaking. If you have any questions, go to MineJerseys' Facebook page. They're much more likely to help you out there. And yeah, you know, enjoy your jerseys.